Hey, Carly, are you there? Don't tell me that you're still feeling sick.
Hi, Jack. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I really just don't feel well at all. So, I'm really sorry that I wasn't able to make you any breakfast this morning.
I really can't believe you sometimes. I don't care if you're puking. I don't get what that would prevent you from doing any housework.
Wait, what? I'm not sure what you mean. It's not like I haven't been doing any work. I'm just pregnant and I really don't feel good at all.
That's fine, but it's not like being pregnant means that you're sick or something.
No, it doesn't. But it messes with your body a lot and can make you feel really lousy.
Well, it's still not like a disease or anything. If it was really that bad, then no one would ever do it. But people have been getting pregnant long before medicine was even invented. So it really can't be as bad as you're saying.
Jack, you really have no idea how I feel. Even just the slightest smell can set me off. And yes, I know that being pregnant is different than being sick, but I really don't think my body can tell the difference right now.
Well, there's a woman in my office named Linda, and she's pregnant and still shows up to work every single day.
But that isn't fair to compare me to someone else. Pregnancy affects everyone differently.
Well, if it's really that bad, then why don't you just go see a doctor and get some medicine?
I really don't think that I should be taking medicine in my condition.
Why do you always have to make such a big deal over everything like this? I don't think I've ever seen another pregnant person complain as much about being pregnant as you have.
Well, I am sure that there are others in the world whose pregnancies make them feel awful as I do. I mean, I even found some similar stories to mine when I was searching up my symptoms online. Besides, just how many pregnant women have you ever really known in your life, Jack?
Look, I'm just saying that when I see a pregnant woman walking around or whatever, I just know that I could do that if it were me. Just like walking around with a big backpack on your chest, basically.
Are you sure you're not getting all of this from just watching your coworker Linda? Because I'm sure that if you asked her, she would tell you that it's a lot more difficult than that.
I don't know about that. I mean, if it really were that bad, then she wouldn't be able to hide how much discomfort she was at work. I really think that you're just trying to take advantage of being pregnant. You always use it as an excuse to sleep in late and not get out of bed.
I'm not trying to sleep in or anything like that on purpose.
Look, I'm just saying I'd really like it if you tried to at least motivate yourself a bit more to do things. The least you could do is try to take better care of the house.
But I do work. I work really hard every day around the house. It's just that there are times when it gets to be too hard for me to keep working, and I need to rest.
Yeah. Well, could you at least try to complain about it a little less when you're around me? Just can't stand all the whining and complaining. It really drives me crazy.
Well, I'm really sorry to have been bothering you, Jack.
Great, then I guess I can count on you to have dinner ready for me when I get back home tonight, right? We don't need to be going to the store and wasting any money.
But we don't have any kind of meat that I could use for that in the house.
Okay, fine, then go to the store and get that at least. You're lucky you still have some time before the evening. This dinner better be good.
Jack, it really isn't a matter of giving it time before I feel better. It's just going to be like this until I give birth.
I told you that I want to eat something fried dinner, and I want you to make it. No more arguing, got it? Hey, Carly, make sure the house is absolutely spotless before I get home, okay? You've been really slacking on keeping up with your housework lately.
Jack, I really don't think that I'm going to be able to do that today. I feel so woozy that I can't even stand up. I think I'm just going to have to take a rest today.
You kidding me? Just how late are you gonna be sleeping? Do you think that you can just lounge around and not have to worry about doing any kind of work ever? It feels like you hardly do anything while I'm away at work. Why am I having to come back to do dirty rooms, dirty laundry, and dirty dishes? Don't you have any pride as someone who lives here at all?
Jack, I really am sorry. But if it bothers you that much, then maybe you could help me to keep the house a little tidier. I promise that I'll have dinner ready for you, but anything more than that sounds like so much right now.
So, not only do I have to go to work and make all the money, but now you're gonna make me clean the house too? No, taking care of that kind of stuff is your job, not mine.
And I promise that I'll get back to doing all of that as soon as I feel better. But I just really don't think I'm going to be able to do that right now.
I can't believe you. You really are pathetic, you know that. All you ever do is make up excuses so that you can laze around the house. It really just makes me sick. Even just looking at you upsets me.
You know that I'm not doing this because I'm lazy. I'm doing this because I feel awful. I know for a fact that I've already talked to you about what it's like to be pregnant. I thought that as my husband, you would be a little more eager to support me through this.
So now you're gonna try and spin this back on me. I'm the one who's most bothered by this. I mean, if a wife can't even do the bare minimum, then what good is she at all? Unless you thought that you could get away with being a lazy, good-for-nothing housewife by getting pregnant.
How can you say that?
Well, it's hard to see this as anything else, the way you're complaining. I mean, I thought that morning sickness was only supposed to happen at the start of a pregnancy, but you're still always complaining about feeling ill. How do I know you're not pretending to be sick?
Of course I'm not doing anything like that. What are you talking about?
I think you're just pretending so that I'll feel bad for you. It's honestly just pathetic.
You can't really think that I'm doing something like that, right?
What I think is that when I get home, the whole place better be spotless and dinner better be on the table. I don't want to hear any more excuses or I'm sorry. Just get it done. Now, I have to think about some things, so don't bother me.
What kind of things do you have to think about?
I have to think about if I can really stand living with you for much longer. To be honest, I don't really feel like being with a woman who can't take care of herself. You either need to earn your keep or we're through. You have no idea how badly I've wanted to throw you out the house at times. I've seen it left the same way it was when I went to work that morning. Carly, I thought you were feeling bad. Why aren't you at home? And why is the house still a mess? Why has nothing been done at all since I left? I knew that you were lying about your pregnancy making you feel bad.
If you're asking about Carly, I'm afraid that she's in the hospital.
What? The hospital?
That's right. She was having some worry about her pregnancy and called me so that I could take her to the hospital. Now my dad and I are on our way to beat you up, so brace yourself.
Wait, what the heck? Just who am I talking to right now, huh?
This would be your mother, Jack.
Mom? Is it my room? I don't get it. What's going on here?
That's right, Jack, your mom. And I'm the one who wants to know what's going on. By the time we got to your house, Carly was collapsed on the floor and could hardly move.
I didn't know that. She never told me that happened.
Well, you told her to leave you alone, didn't you?
Well, sure, but if she was going to the hospital, then obviously I'd want to know about that.
You do realize that you're the one who pushed your wife into this state, right? She told me all about how you've been treating her at home and the things you've been messaging her. It's all your fault that she's in the hospital.
But I didn't even do anything to her. That's not fair.
You didn't do anything to her? Because from what I can tell, she complained to you several times about feeling ill, and yet you continued to insist that she take care of the house.
But I just thought she was over-exaggerating things, is all.
And that's why you forced your pregnant wife to work around the house all the time. Is that the best excuse you can come up with?
But the pregnant lady at my work still shows up to do her job.
Well, pregnancy affects different people in different ways, Jack. Besides, just because it looked like she's able to work like everyone else, doesn't mean that you know how she's feeling internally.
But she's still able to keep her composure in front of everyone.
That's because she's in an office where she is paid to be professional, but you were just trying to make your wife do all of this as if it was a matter of course. Is Carly your wife or your employee?
Of course she's not my employee, Mom.
Well, I sure couldn't tell that just from looking. Instead, all you did was get upset when Carly would tell you that she wasn't feeling well. Your wife is open about how she's feeling with you, and you just take it to mean she's complaining.
Well, that's because I go to work every single day. I'm busy and tired and feel bad all the time.
Of course you do. Nobody likes going to work. But just whose child do you think it is that Carly is pregnant with, huh? You realize that that's your kid inside of her that she's taking care of, right?
I know that, Mom. I always want to put it in there. I know how babies work.
You clearly don't know anything. If you really did, you wouldn't have been acting like this. Did you know that Carly has been losing weight? The doctors think it's really negatively impacting the pregnancy.
But she's just losing weight from the morning sickness, right?
You do realize that most women struggle to keep weight off during a pregnancy, right? Although Carly was vomiting so much, the doctors found she was severely dehydrated. In a worst-case scenario, this could have really affected the fetus.
Wait, really? I didn't know any of that.
Well, you put not only your wife, but your unborn child in serious danger. I don't think that it can ever forgive you for what you've done, and your father feels the same way. That's why we're headed over to your house right now. We are going to beat you black and blue.
Wait, you can't! I'll go and see Carly in the hospital right now.
She said that she doesn't want you coming anywhere near her. And we intend to make sure she has her wish come true. You are not going to even pass a message along to her. You're just going to have to live with what you've done.
Hey, Carly. I just wanted to let you know that I'm off work. I was wondering if I could visit you in the hospital on the way home. I haven't seen you in so long.
That is going to be a no. I don't want to see you right now, Jack.
I know, my mom and dad came over and really laid into me. But now I finally understand how hard it is to be pregnant. My mom told me all about how horrible it was for her while she was pregnant with me.
Well, I'm glad that you learned something from all of this.
That's right, I really did. And I promise that I'm going to treat you much better from here on out. By the way, do you know when you're going to be getting out of the hospital? I'll take care of all the housework, so you don't have to worry about any of that.
I'm afraid that I won't be coming home to you ever again.
What do you mean by that?
I'm sure that your mom told you, right? I want to get a divorce.
Well, she told me that, but you only said that in the passion of the moment, right? You were just upset having to go to the hospital, and that's why you said that, right?
No, I meant what I said when I said it, and I still do.
But it's already been a week! Surely you've forgotten me by now?
And why do you think I would have? I've been pregnant for months, and you haven't shown a shed of sympathy for me. I really just can't see myself living with you any longer.
But I'm telling you that I've changed, and I'm so sorry for all the horrible things that I said before. I was just being a stupid man who didn't know what he was talking about.
It's not just about the pregnancy. It's the fact that I felt like I could go to you with these issues and instead you just used them against me. I even tried explaining to you just how hard it was to be pregnant, but you weren't having a word of it.
I know, Carly, and I really am sorry about that. I should have been more understanding. You're literally about to bring a life into the world, and that's no small feat, and I realize that now.
Well, I'm glad you do, but it's far too late to change my mind about this now. You've already done too much to hurt me.
Please don't be like that, Carly. I thought that we were gonna raise this kid together. You're not gonna try and do it on your own, are you?
I've already thought about that before I thought to divorce you. It won't be easy, but I'm ready to raise this child on my own.
But what about me? I'm still that baby's father.
I don't need my baby to have a father if he's only going to cause trouble. Besides, I've already talked to my work and explained to them that I'd like to come back after I have this child. They wanted me back so badly that they agreed to give me a raise that should cover the expenses for the both of us.
Please, Carly, you have to believe that I've changed. I really only want to be there for you and our baby from now on. Please don't leave me like this.
I thought you told me that if I didn't do my fair share of the work, that you would have no problem kicking me to the curb, remember?
I know I said that, but I didn't really mean it.
So then you were just saying it to threaten me into doing what you wanted?
It's not like that either!
I'm so sure that it's not. All you did was belittle my complaints and make me feel like a baby. Not to mention the fact that you still made me do all of this work while I was pregnant. Do you really think that I could raise a kid with someone who thinks like that? I can't see you ever having the patience to be a good father to our child.
Don't say things like that, Carly.
If you think things are hard now, wait until our baby is born. We'd be losing sleep, having to take it to the doctor all the time, and I just can't really see myself counting on you for anything.
But I promise that I've changed. I'll be there for you and the baby from here on out. Won't you believe me? I really have changed.
Maybe you really have changed, and you are a different person now. But that doesn't change the fact of what I went through while being with you, and I still carry those scars and the hurt inside of me. I don't owe you a second chance after how you treated me.
Please, Carly, I'm so sorry for everything.
Apologize all you want, I'm still not going to forgive you. In fact, once I leave the hospital, I'm going to hire a lawyer to help with the divorce.
Please don't do this, Carly. I really do want this kid with you. I promise to raise it right. You can't just leave me like this.
I'm not walking away from you, Jack. You only now realized how far you've pushed me away, and it's too late to undo that now. You could have been there when I needed you most, and you weren't.
But I don't know what I'm supposed to do without you.
After I left the hospital, I stayed true to my word and found a good divorce lawyer who helped with the whole process. Jack was kicking and screaming the whole time, but with the help of his parents, he finally came around and signed the divorce papers. To be honest, I was rather surprised at how strong Jack's reaction to me divorcing him was. I really didn't think that he even loved me all that much by the time I was hospitalized. I didn't expect him to fight the divorce so much. I even heard he was so upset that he had to take a break from working. Meanwhile, I began to feel much better now that I was out of such a stressful environment, and even managed to go back to work for a few months before I gave birth. Now, I'm taking maternity leave and receiving child support checks from Jack. I still keep in touch with his parents, but I told them that I don't want to hear any news about how Jack is doing at all, and they respect that. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Hello, Mary. The chocolate cake from the shop on 5th Street, the package for Mr. Johnson, and mustn't forget the massage. I'm counting on you to get it all done. You haven't forgotten now, have you?
Right. You want me to pick up the usual chocolate cake down at the cake shop on 5th Street? And this Mr. Johnson, he's the acquaintance of yours, if I remember correctly, is that right? You're asking me to pick up a package from him, is that right?
Are you dense? Of course that's what I mean. He's sending me a package, so make sure you pick it up.
Right, and about the massage, I wasn't sure what you meant by that. Do you want me to make an appointment at a massage place or something?
What I mean is, when you get home, I want you to massage my feet. Do I really have to explain every little thing to you, for Pete's sake?
Yes, well, I'm sorry. I was just, I didn't want to misunderstand you. Just making sure I got it right, that's all.
Yeah, well, I figured as much. I suppose I was too naive to think that a slow-witted daughter-in-law would understand my needs. I wish my real daughter would just hurry up and get back from overseas, and then I wouldn't have to ask you. It's just so tiresome to have to explain everything to you.
Yes, it would be nice if she were here, huh? I heard that she's in China now, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. She's a very competent girl, unlike some people I know. I mean, to be in a position to work overseas, in another country, a different language and culture, it's no easy task. She's just nothing compared to my son. Who would have thought his sister would be the more business-minded one?
But you must admit, Harold is doing his best. He's actually doing quite well at his job.
I'm sure he's trying, but just doing well isn't going to get him very far. He isn't going to achieve very much, I can tell you that. I know that you want to speak well of him. He's your husband, after all. But he's always been slow, just no style or finesse.
Really? Why do you say that? I don't think so at all.
You just haven't known him long enough. All his life, everything is so bland and boring, no progress at all. And to top it all off, look who he went and married, for God's sake. A plain Jane like you? Oh, figures.
I'm really sorry if I wasn't able to live up to your expectations, Mother.
Oh, no use worrying about it now. Maybe it's for the better. Two boring people, you're the perfect match.
I'm really sorry I can't be more of a help to you. I wish I could do more.
But I suppose there has to be someone around with nothing to do, huh? I mean, who would take care of all my errands if not for you and Harold, right? Oh, now that I think about it, I guess it wasn't all that bad that I was able to give birth to him.
Do you really have to belittle your son that way? I mean, he's your own flesh and blood. I thought you'd be a little more loving toward your own son.
All I'm doing is stating the facts, and besides, it's not as if you guys aren't benefiting from all this yourselves. You get to live in our house. I bet it saves you quite a bit. I mean, live in a nice house, rent-free, how can you beat that? You guys sure are lucky that my daughter is currently working overseas.
It's not if we're living with you so that we can save on rent. The reason why we moved in with you is mainly because you were ill and could only get around in a wheelchair. We moved in with you to help you out.
Yeah, you say that like you're doing me a favor, but you guys seem to be putting a big chunk of your monthly salary in the bank.
Well, that's because we'll need money in the coming years. We just want to be prepared is all. We were saving every month even when we lived apart. That hasn't changed.
Well, then if you have all that money saved, why not make my life easier? Isn't it the responsibility of the younger generation to make life easier for older folks like me?
Mother, have you forgotten about that Blu-ray TV series that we bought for you last month? You love that show, so we bought you all 5 seasons of it.
Oh, you think that's enough? I could have just ordered that on the net by myself if I wanted to. Anyway, I can't get outside. It's a necessity for me. I need a break every now and again, and those videos relieve the stress. It's like therapy. And anyway, Mary, are you working all day at home?
Yes, that's right. I do some translation work at home whenever I have time. So that means you must have more money to spend on me, right?
You're using me as an excuse to live here, and on top of that, you're working while doing so. Seems I should be compensated, huh?
Like I said, Mother, we moved in with you so we could help you out, not so we can save money.
Yeah, are you sure about that? Well, when it comes down to it, you're not really my daughter, so I bet you're all just talk, and you're actually skimping on your chores so you can make money on the side.
How could you say that? I would never do such a thing.
Anyways, just so you know, I bought some things on the net the other day, COD. Could you pay for it when it arrives?
Huh? Pardon me, am I hearing you right? You bought something again? Didn't you just buy something last week? I had to pay for that too.
Please, would you stop with the nitpicking? When sitting at home all day like I do, you tend to want to do some shopping. What can I say? Shopping is about the only thing I can enjoy. If you really care about how I feel and want to help me out, well, the least you can do is satisfy my needs. That's what you're here for, right? Mary, are you seeing this message? Where the hell are you? I need you home right this minute.
I'm sorry, Mother. I'm still at the hospital. The exam hasn't even started.
What? Are you serious? You're not done yet?
Yes, it's very crowded here today. It was a 3-day weekend, so maybe that's why.
I can't believe that you would catch a cold when you know that you have to take care of me. What were you thinking? You're really useless, Mary.
I'm sorry, Mother. What's the hurry, if I may ask? Did something happen?
I had second thoughts about the clothes I was going to wear. I wanted to try something else. I was hoping you would help me change.
But wasn't my husband at home today? He could help you out.
I asked him to go out shopping for me, so he's out at the moment.
I see, but I have a cold right now. I wouldn't want you catching my cold, so I think it would be best that we not see each other. I hope you understand. Could you ask my husband to help you when he gets back?
You really expect me to undress in front of my son? Oh, come on, Mary, you're a woman, you know that much.
Yeah, right. Sorry about that.
I mean, besides, you helped me change this morning, right? We met face to face before you realized you had a temperature, and I'm fine. I'm sure it'll be okay.
Okay, Mother, if you insist. After I see the doctor, I'll head back home and help you get changed. How's that?
Why didn't you just say you would do it when I asked you? Oh, such a hassle. Boy, oh boy, you two are totally useless, you know that? I really wish my daughter was here with me right now, taking care of me. Things would be so much easier.
Yes, I agree.
Knowing my daughter, she would take action before I even asked her. She's always been like that. I think she got that trait from me, you know. She's so quick-witted.
Yes, I agree. She works really fast, too. Anything she does, it's done just like that. She also puts people's feelings into consideration, too. Yes, no denying that.
But on the other hand, because she's such a competent worker, she ends up being super busy and always in demand. Which leaves me with you two, the loser couple. Why was I dealt this hand? I wonder if it's a curse that she's too competent.
Hey, how about this then? Why don't you have a professional care worker take care of you? They are very competent, way better than us.
Pardon me? What do you mean a professional care worker?
Like a helper, you know, like a nurse and maid combined.
What are you saying, that I let a stranger into my house? No way I'm going to let a stranger take care of me. What if this person steals money or something valuable in the house?
This would be the person's job. I doubt that would happen. Anyway, the person would be employed by a company, so there would be certain guarantees, I'm sure.
How could you know that? People are people, you know. Mary, I never thought you would stoop so low. You're talking about letting some stranger take care of your mother-in-law? How could you? How could you even suggest something like that?
I'm really sorry, but I didn't mean anything by it. Just a suggestion. And I thought with just me and Harold, we weren't adequate enough for you.
Well, if you think you need to satisfy me, then work harder at it, would you? Just because you want to get out of doing chores, don't go wasting your time thinking up lame excuses.
Yes, Mother. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
I thought my son was a total loser. I should have known that my loser son would choose a loser wife. This is a time in my life when I most need someone to take care of me, and I get stuck with you two. I let this go on, and my life expectancy shrink drastically.
Hello, Mother. Are you there? I'm really sorry, but I'm here at City Hall. But the reception area is jammed packed, and I may be a little late getting home. I think it's going to take at least another 30 minutes or so. I hope that's okay.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll wait as long as it takes. Not a problem. Take your time.
Are you sure? I mean, seriously? Okay, then I would be grateful.
Actually, I just got some wonderful news.
Wonderful news, huh? I wonder what that could be.
My daughter's coming back home. I just received news from her.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Harold was talking about that the other day.
Pardon me, did you already know? Why didn't you tell me right away then?
Yes, well, your daughter said that she wanted to surprise you, and so we didn't say anything.
Oh, that silly girl. She wanted to surprise me, huh? Well, I'm certainly surprised and overjoyed. She's always been like this, mischievous. She's such a delight. So now that she's coming back, I want you guys out of the house ASAP. I'll give you guys 3 days. That should be more than enough.
Excuse me? You want us out of the house in 3 days? You can't be serious.
That's right. My daughter will be back in 3 days. I want you people out when she arrives.
That's impossible. 3 days isn't just enough. At least wait for us to find a place first. Couldn't you at least do that for us?
No, sorry, can't do that. Anyways, I wanted you guys out of the house for a while now, and now that time has come, and I want you out ASAP.
I see. So there's no way you'll give us more time.
That's right. From now on, my daughter will take good care of me. And so I have no need for you guys anymore. Just get your things all packed and out of here in 3 days.
I'm not sure how to say this, but the person I'll be looking after you will be the person from the facility.
Pardon me, what are you blabbering about? What are you talking about, facility?
How can I put this? The person that will be looking after you will be someone from the nursing care facility.
Nursing care facility? No one mentioned anything about nursing care.
I heard that your daughter is coming back so that she can arrange for putting you into a nursing home.
Have you lost your mind? She would never do that. She said she was coming home to live here at this house.
Oh, really? Is that what she said?
I know what you're trying to do, Mary. You're trying to make my daughter out to be the villain, aren't you? That's how you're trying to take over this place. That's it, isn't it? You people are unbelievable. To think that you were conniving with my son behind my back. I knew I could never trust you and Harold. I already decided that I would hand over the house to my daughter, not to you people.
We had no intention of receiving that home. We intend to buy a house soon, so we really don't need that house. All I ask is that you sit down and talk to your daughter and listen to what she has to say. I'm just saying that because you tend to only hear what you want and shun all negative topics.
So I tell you to get out of the house, and now you start trash-talking me?
Think what you will. I probably won't be seeing or talking to you anymore, so. Harold and I have done all we could to be of help to you, but to no avail. But despite us trying so hard, you tell us to get out in 3 days? I really never expected that.
I let you live here in this home for free. What more do you want?
You do realize that we paid for all expenses. You're included while living here, right? We didn't exactly live there completely free of charge.
Oh, please don't give me that crap. Paying for all expenses is part of living here, obviously.
Oh, yeah? So it's obvious that we have to pay for all your online shopping too, huh? That's all part of living expenses?
That's right. After all, I'm the landlord.
Very well, Mother, if you insist. We will have our things packed and moved out in 3 days as you wish.
Yes, well, just do it as soon as possible. After 3 days, I'll be done with you and my useless son. Good riddance. Mary, are you there, Mary? I want you to come over here right this minute, please.
Pardon me, what are you talking about?
If you don't come over, I'll be sent to the nursing home. You have to help me.
Oh, about that. Yeah, I know all about it. I told you that last week. In fact, I mentioned it numerous times.
I never thought my own daughter, my loving daughter, would betray me like she did. How could she? Can you believe it? To put her own mother into a nursing home against her will?
Well, actually, if there's nobody to look after you, seems like the only option left. I'm sure your daughter means well.
Nobody to take care of me? Are you serious? There's you guys. You guys can take care of me.
Pardon me? I'm sorry, but we have no intention of ever taking care of you again. We learned that lesson the hard way.
I'm saying that you and Harold can live here again, free of charge.
I'm sorry, but we'd rather not live with you again.
Are you kidding me? Even if it's free of charge? That's an offer you can't refuse, right?
Actually, we refuse. You know what, Mother? You say free of charge, but now that we're moved out, we actually saved quite a bit of money. No more useless expenses.
You're talking to your husband's mother, for God's sake. I am your mother-in-law. I don't want to hear any more of your lame excuses. Just get back here ASAP.
Sorry, that's not going to happen, Mother. Actually, Harold and I were thinking of cutting all family ties with you.
What? Are you serious? You want to cut family ties? Where does that leave me?
I don't know, and I don't care. You've always treated my husband, your son, as some lowlife and really trashed us at every turn. We felt sorry for you, and we felt we should at least take care of you in your old age, and the fact that you were in a wheelchair. You needed assistance, and we stepped in to help, but all we got in return was constant criticism. Never a kind word from you for all we did for you. It was a total waste of time for us and emotionally stressful, to say the least.
Then why did you continue taking care of me?
Well, that's because your daughter promised she'd put you in a nursing home as soon as she got back from her overseas assignment, that's why. We figured we could hold out until then.
Huh? You're not serious. My daughter said that?
I know you were always praising your daughter any chance you got, but it seems that your daughter really hated that. It was apparently pretty embarrassing for her, as a matter of fact.
That's not true. How could you say that?
Really? Then why would she put you in a nursing home? Why doesn't she just live with you and take care of you then? What I hear is that you pressured her into going to the best school and entering the best company and so forth and so on, always demanding she be the best. She says she wasn't even able to enjoy her life with her best friends. She says it was a tough time for her growing up under your watchful eye. So it seems she had no intention of taking care of you from the very beginning. She intended to have you put in a nursing home right from the get-go.
But But I spent that money on her education, everything.
That was all for your own satisfaction. It was for her or for anybody else. It was for you. Anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is that my husband and I don't want anything to do with you anymore. We've been patient all this time, never getting angry and letting you have your way only because we knew this day was coming and that we just had to hang in a little longer. When that day has arrived, not more. I bet you're super shocked that the daughter you held in such high esteem would send you away to a nursing home.
Mary, oh, so that's how you felt. Okay then, all right. I'll pass the house on to Harold. He can inherit the house. How's that? Then would you guys come back and live with me, take care of me so that I won't be...
Won't be sent away. Like I said, Mother, we are set to buy our own home, so we don't need yours.
But then that would mean I would have to live in that nursing home. I can't do that. I won't. I don't want to live the rest of my life surrounded by decrepit old people. And besides, I'm fine. I'm not senile. I can think straight. Please don't put me in there. And I don't want some stranger taking care of me, watching my every move. It would be like prison, for God's sake.
I really don't see why you wouldn't be overjoyed. I mean, to be put in a nursing home seems like a great opportunity. Everything would be taken care of. You wouldn't have to cook or anything. Or would rather just live in that house all alone. I think that would be way more difficult to be at home alone.
If you guys would just live with me again, there wouldn't be a problem. So please, we can live like we've been for the past year. Oh, please, Mary, I beg of you.
Live with you as before? Are you serious? No way I'm going to live through that again. After trash talking us all this time, treating us some lowlife, calling us names, and you have the nerve to ask us to live with you again after kicking us out? Seriously?
I'm sorry, Mary.
A little late for that, don't you think? I will never forgive you for treating my husband like you did all these years. He deserves better than that. You should be more appreciative of your daughter. She's providing you with a comfortable place to live in your old age. Everything done for you. No more worries, and you should be elated.
If I enter that home, I won't have any more freedom. And I also read somewhere that once you go into a nursing home, you get older way quicker. I'm not senile yet. My head is clear. So please, Mary, help me.
The predicament you're in is all due to actions that you took. It's all your responsibility. You put yourself into this. I see no reason or any advantage to help you out in any way. While taking care of you, we became emotionally stressed out, and we used a considerable amount of money satisfying your needs. I even came down with a fever and had to go to the hospital, but still I was made to do errands for you. But we were always planning to move out once your daughter got back, so it doesn't really matter now. But don't forget, you're the one that kicked us out of that house, and you only gave us 3 days to pack and leave.
I feel really bad about it now. Please forgive me for that. So please, give me one more chance. Please come back. I promise you I won't cause any more trouble. I won't ask you to do chores, please.
Impossible. You're the one who always complained about how we cared for you and you now want us back? Well, you finally got rid of us. You should be happy. Everything turned out the way that you always wanted.
I'm not happy. That's why I'm asking you back. Why can't you understand my feelings? Mary, please, you've taken care of me for a long time. You understand how I feel. Please, I beg of you.
Sorry, Mother. I could never replace your daughter. She knows what's best for you. I mean, I'm only a useless daughter-in-law. I just hope you enjoy living at your new home. All those care workers taking care of you, you'll have a wonderful retirement. Several days later, my mother-in-law was taken to a nursing home by her daughter. Apparently, she didn't have much savings left and was put into an inexpensive nursing home out in the suburbs. I heard the place was a little run down and not too sanitary. As for Mother, she was still adamant about going home and refused to enter the home, but despite her pleading, she was left at the home in the care of the facility care workers. Since then, we haven't had much contact with her. If any contact was forthcoming, it was all through the facility administration. There were several messages from administration saying she wanted to meet with her daughter, but all such requests were ignored. As for the house, she had already passed the deed over to her daughter. She subsequently sold it and gave us half of what it sold for as part of our inheritance. The other half went to supporting payment for the nursing home. My husband and his sister said they planned to live their lives as they saw fit without their mother looking over their shoulders at every turn. They said that they were so relieved to finally be free of their mother's obsessive scrutiny. As for Harold and I, we used that money from the inheritance and the money that we had saved and built our dream home. Despite how my mother-in-law described my husband, Harold is a loving and caring husband, and what's more, I love him. and I plan on spending the rest of my days with him.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.